think about the late 1800s. What's on the dinner table? I'm guessing you're picturing heavy, meat-centric dishes, right? Well, get ready for this, because today we're diving into something that just completely flips that script. We're talking about a vegetarian cookbook from that exact time period. And what's wild is how modern its message feels. It really makes you wonder, right? What was on a vegetarian's menu back then? I mean, was it just a sad plate of boiled potatoes? The answer, as you're about to find out, is way more interesting. And it's all tied up in this really deep moral philosophy. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll look at this cookbook that was so ahead of its time. Then we'll get into the author's moral mission, her whole argument for compassion, how this book got a second life online, and finally, why these ideas are still so powerful today. Let's get into it. So, let's start at the beginning with this incredible artifact, a cookbook from the past that was already looking way, way into the future of food. And here it is, the Golden Age Cookbook by an amazing woman named Henrietta Latham Dwight. Now, this thing came out in the late 1800s, and let me tell you, it was way more than just a list of recipes. It was basically a manifesto. You have to remember, this was a time when big, meaty meals were the standard. So the idea of a meat-free diet, that was, well, it was out there on the absolute fringes of society. So why did she do it? What was her motivation? This wasn't about starting a new food trend. No, this was something much, much deeper. It was a philosophical mission. So let's really get into the why behind the food. Okay, this is one of the most fascinating parts. The words she used. Dwight didn't call it plant-based or vegetarian, not in the intro anyway. She called it a bloodless diet. I mean, just think about that phrasing. Wow, that is such a powerful and deliberate choice of words, right? It immediately makes it clear this isn't just about what you like to eat. It's a huge moral and ethical choice. And that really cuts right to the heart of her whole mission. I mean, the summary of the book on Project Gutenberg even says her main goal was advocacy. She was so smart about it, using this totally normal thing, a cookbook, to make a really radical argument for compassion. So let's break that argument down a bit. How exactly did she connect what we eat with this bigger, grander vision for the world? Well, for her, it was this whole holistic philosophy. It wasn't just about one thing. You know, for Dwight, the moral and ethical stuff, that came first. She drew a straight line from eating meat to animal suffering, but she didn't stop there. She also talked about how it negatively affects the people who eat it. So choosing a bloodless diet was like a win-win. You're improving your own health, and you're taking a step toward making the world a kinder, more compassionate place. And this really lays out the choice she was presenting. It's so clear.